Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Colin Drew with your sneak peek at next week. Episode number 389. We're going to be talking about comics originally coming out July 26th, 2017, the last week of July. Drew, before we get started on anything that's coming out in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday, we have yet another iTunes review. We are flying. We've gone past 50 and we've shot on to 51, sir.
Man, don't take it for granted, because we've been a long dry spell, so let's just keep this momentum going.
That's right. Big wheels keep on turning.
Who is it? Tell me.
This one's from our buddy Clint.
Okay.
Who says, "What a podcast." Now, he starts it off, "I'm not being biased just because I know these guys or because they gave me publicity for my own podcast, Comics That Work."
Another plug.
The show is the... plug, exactly. He's good. I like it. Drew and Kyle are extremely entertaining to listen to, and their show adds something new to the comic podcasting community. I don't even sell my comics, and this podcast is still interesting and very fun to listen to. Check it out if you want to add value to your life and want to spend it wisely. Clint. Thank you, Clint. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we are not above quid pro quo, so if I need to wash your car or something to get an iTunes review, I'll do it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Whatever. Yeah, that's cool. Good stuff.
I'm looking forward to Clint's second podcast where he's going to be discussing Klaus.
Oh, we like Klaus.
We like Klaus, and that's kind of what gave us our obsession with Dan Mora.
Who's his co-host?
Oh, one of those cowabungites.
I don't know. All right.
But we want to thank you, and off to 51 we go.
Nice.
Very nice. Sky's the limit now.
Let's see. We've got some feedback in. It's all over the place, and I didn't get it organized.
We're early this week. I'm of course leaving on one of my mini vacations, so we're squeezing in this spot a little.
Are you going for like 10 to 15 days somewhere on a journey?
I'm leaving for 8 days on the beach.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I know.
That makes next week's late. Or a solo,
or Drew specific.
A Drew specific solo. Oh. Okay, well let's talk a little bit about Image Blind Box disasters.
No doubt.
And maybe I'm overreacting, but first of all, we're getting these these opening videos and things, and they look shredded.
I've watched 10 unboxing/opening videos since last week. I've not seen a single Negan, and I've not seen a single sketch or signed or special in any of them.
Okay. And we've seen some damages.
Well, I've seen, out of the 10 I've seen, I think 9 of them had books that they didn't look perfect.
Okay. That's a problem.
Yes.
Another problem is we're seeing Michael Lamb shared a signed Walking Dead Here's Negan, signed by Charlie Adler, that was signed March 5th. 4 months before the blind box came out. Did I misread it, or were there supposed to be? Here's Negan was limited to 500 issues randomly inserted into the blind boxes.
Limited to 500, only available in the box.
So where did this come from?
Charlie Adler's home store in England or whatnot.
So is that part of the 500, or is it an extra stack that is unlimited?
I'm guessing we printed 510 and we took the 10 prettiest ones and handed them to Charlie Adler.
So this is just part of the whole comp thing. Comps also apply to limited variants.
Not in my mind, but apparently that's the way it works.
So that 1 in 2,000 Todd McFarlane Venom that's selling for $4,000. Does he have comps on that? Does he have stacks of comps on that book that he can give away and sell at cons?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of ruining the limited number and the uniquity of these items, if you ask me.
Uniquity, is that a word? I like it.
Yes, it's the act of being unique.
I like it a lot. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm handing that to you.
So fishiness.
Shenanigans. Marvel-type shenanigans.
Now, also, we're seeing folks who were early adopters jumped on the blind box train from the good folks at Comics Exposure for $125, and we're excited because they were early adopters. They bought it. They've received messages that say, what, Kyle?
These messages say, hey, if you want your blind box, it's going to be an additional $143.
So now we're up to $260 because we couldn't do math. We couldn't read our invoices.
They either aren't smart enough to realize how selling things worked,
Yeah.
or they're scalping.
Yeah. Hey, Comic Exposure dum-dums. That's not going to get you any customers.
Yeah, and, I was reading a couple different situations where they were emailing with customers, and they were very like, either pay us or we'll just move on to the next person. Did not seem to care that they had screwed people over and kind of ruined plans. And our boy Bob got screwed over as well. I was messaging him.
Did he pay the extra?
No.
Okay. Mm-mm. But he still might be getting.
He's already sold his DCBS one.
His DCBS did come in.
Yeah.
And he sold it unopened.
Yes.
Which we think is the way to go.
Yeah.
Less disappointment that way.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of these things, I've been seeing a lot of weird dupes that I don't think are worth a ton. I'm not real blown away by the black and whites or the virgins. Some of them are pretty cool.
No, wait a minute. When you say dupes, you're not saying within the blind box itself.
Oh yeah. I've seen somebody in the blind box get the 3 exact same comics.
No
way. 3
way.
standards. Oh yeah, absolutely. They're completely random. So yeah, I've seen at least out of the 10 I've watched, at least 5 people got 2 of the exact same comic.
I didn't even realize that.
Oh yeah. Oh, by far.
That amps up my rage to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's the letter of a completely random box. That's why at one point when we were texting back and forth, I'm like, in games where things are randoms and RNGs in there, I get screwed every time. So the more I think about this, the less likely I would ever open one of these is, because I know.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person to pull a good one.
No, we don't win in games of chance. Usually.
This is very true. This is right.
In our household.
That's right.
Okay, well, see, at the beginning of this whole process, first announced, I was excited.
Oh yeah, I was ready to order too.
And I'm excited about their 25th anniversary. I'm an Image person. I'm all in on a lot of stuff. I've been early adopters, issue after issue, championing the titles. This really leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Am I being overly sensitive?
Yeah, I think you're thinking it's more than it actually is, but I was thinking the same thing, and it's just another, hey, here's some books.
Here's some books for $250.
Yeah.
$250.
Yeah.
Or $200, whatever they paid.
Yeah. I mean, your retailers are buying it for $125. I'm wondering why I'm not seeing more retailers. I'm wondering if they're doing this where you're opening it and then you're placing each one on your shelf for $10, or a black and white for $15, or a virgin for $20. If they're making their money, or what shops are doing post open on these things, or if they're all going secondary market. I've seen some good sell through. I saw a set of virgin and black and white for Redneck already sell for $140 for those two. So some of them are going good.
Forgive my ignorance. Does virgin mean no masthead? It's just the cover
it's
itself?
just the art. They've taken every word and UPC and everything off, and it's just boom, book with art.
Kind of neat.
Yeah.
When did they start doing that?
I've seen it on books as much like 3-4 years ago. I've seen it many a time, so it's not a new concept.
But it is limited to a variant release.
Yeah, in this case, I know. Like I've got a couple Rat Queens Virgin variants and stuff like that.
And they were 1 in 10s, 1 in 25s.
1 in 10s.
So they were affordable.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I never run across any. But in this
case, they've done their specialty books, and then they've done a black and white version of those specialty books, and then they've done versions of those specialty books. Some of them look neat. A lot of stuff that I was not impressed. It's just weird that we're like celebrating the longevity of Image in this thing, and there's no real long-term books in there. You're not pulling sagas or things that when you think of Image, you think of any Walking Dead. You're pulling Girl Scouts and you're pulling Rock Candy Mountain and things that I'm like, okay, it's new stuff and it's like exciting stuff, but it's not your big hitters in my mind. So like I'm not excited at all by that. And like the more I think about these, here comes Negan's. Oh, they're limited to 500 and everything. I mean, they just did a solicit for a pretty crispy little hardcover for Here's Negan for $20.
Yeah.
So
I ordered it.
Yeah. No reason not to.
Yeah, I want to read that story and not in four-page chunks.
Yeah.
Michael Lamb followed up with the snapshot of the CGC census, and there are 11 Here's Negans on there already.
Jeez.
So there have already been 11 of those sent to CGC, graded and returned prior to them being able to be opened and released into the wild.
It's just bad.
Bad optics, man. Bad optics, right?
Horrible. Yeah.
Oh, well, let's see what. Let's get our minds off this. Michael Lamb picks his pick of the week is Sisters of Sorrow #1, and he's going to go with the Kyle method, not related to the Rhythm method in any way. And pre-ordered, he's going to pre-order the 4-issue miniseries Sight Unseen, and hope it's
That's how
good.
you do it.
Yep.
If you're committing, just commit. Know that you're going to need the whole bundle.
But I wonder if he's going to buy 3 copies of a 9-issue miniseries, Sight Unseen.
Oh no, we save that for only special.
For only Max Landis stuff.
That's right.
Michael Lamb asks, if you guys do a preview episode next month, can you make sure Kyle isn't sick, so we don't have to listen to him hacking his guts out every 5 seconds?
I can make absolutely no promises. In typical Kyle fashion, I'm leaving at 5 a.m. for vacation tomorrow, so all 3 of my children are on medication for strep as of today. So this is just my life and the way things work. Unfortunately,
Kyle lives in a black mold house.
I am in a basement, but no, it's clean as all get out. It's dry, dehumidifier. I don't get it.
His house is between a nuclear reactor and power lines.
Yeah.
And there's oozing toxic waste all around, like a moat around his house.
Yes, I eat only the fish from the Simpsons nuclear pond.
He's shared with me a cover of a Vengeance of Moon Knight variant that is beautiful, that I had missed back in the Vengeance of Moon Knight days, and also was hoping that it's a Matina who did the cover. Guy named Matina, and he's hoping he does Moon Knight 800 when it comes out. I'm assuming he means Moon Knight 200.
200, yeah.
Because no matter how Marvel does some fuzzy math for their legacy numbering, but no matter how you slice it, you cannot get to 800 for Moon Knight. But 200, yeah, that's legit.
Took us 9 to 12 series, but by golly, we're gonna make it to 200.
We're gonna get it there, yeah. He also shared a top 10 recent hot comics. He was sharing some of the old ones, and they were, like the Spider-Man,
Deadpool,
yeah,
Spider-Man,
the kind of the
Miles Morales popping on
the keys
there.
that maybe are not as affordable for most of us. On this list is the first one is Redneck #1. Number 2 is Batman 21, the lenticular 3D. Number 3 is X-Men Gold #1. The
Controversy.
Cover C, the J. Scott Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4 is Jean Grey #1, the J. Scott Campbell. Number 5 is X-Men Gold #1, cover A, the J. Scott Campbell. Number 6 is X-Men Blue #1. You're not going to believe this. It's the J. Scott Campbell, cover C. And then X-Men Gold comes in at rank 7, cover B, J. Scott Campbell. And people love their J. Scott Campbell, man.
I'm a big fan, but not as big a fan as many of these people.
Yeah. Number 8 is The Walking Dead 164, the Image Tribute cover. And number 9 is Amazing Spider-Man 25, the Campbell Hero Cult variant, maybe. And then also at number 10 is Amazing Spider-Man 25, the Campbell desaturated in red variant. I missed both of those. Number 11 was Flash 21, the lenticular. And number 12 was the Elektra number 1, J. Scott Campbell edition. So these are, I guess, hot comics on some site that he's pulling. I don't know if that's. I don't think that's eBay's interface, is it?
No, that's not eBay.
Comicsgocollect.com that he's pulling that from, and it's an interesting mix. And some of these are like moving like 25 spots, and there's a lot of fluctuation on this site. So something you should probably check out for yourself and see what kind of lists they have and how they rank some of their hot comics and see what's out there.
Apparently, all you need to know is buy J. Scott Campbell and sell him quick.
Man, people love him.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we got going on?
Oh, let's see here. Not a whole lot. Try to read all the stuff we were kicking around back and forth. Legacy numbering and all that it is. Donny Cates taking over Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with Walta from
Yep.
The Vision and, of course, Jordi Belair doing colors.
Yep.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
And
Should
we
be
have,
cool there.
and we think that the legacy of Thor with 700, that's going to be the first one that hits the big milestone, and it's going to be the death of mighty Thor, and we're surmising that they're going to try to kill off Jane Foster, which, makes sense based on the current storyline, but I hope not, because she's been a great character, and I hope they don't do what it seems obvious that they're going to do with that storyline.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I think that's a pretty darn good bit of feedback.
Well,
Different things. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, then let's head on over to those that top 300 numbers and see how far off and wrong we were.
We were pretty far off.
Yeah. I think I talked myself into the right answer. Mm-hmm. I think our first guess was
No, we never. I mean, I think you gave us a top 3, but I don't think we included 6 of them.
I think I went all the way down to Edge of Venomverse, but I didn't settle at 6. I don't think. I think I may have at one point, because I think I probably said every number in the top 10 at some point. So, but let's go opposite this time for just mix it up a little bit. At 10, Walking Dead was 82,970. So
Good numbers.
That's a good number
up for them. Yeah,
That's up significantly, and a nice increase. And we've got some heat on some issues coming up in the near future, so that could creep up even higher.
Mm-hmm. We in 168 we had our Pride variants of that we were excited for, so I'm sure that pushed the numbers a little bit.
Well, no, we weren't that excited about the Pride variant because the FOC was super late in the cycle.
Yeah, but as far as it's one that we wanted. So.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we wanted it, right?
Yeah.
At 9, Secret Empire, number 5 did 87,000. At rank 8, Secret Empire 4 did 91,000. So it's continuing to tick down, and you did say it was below 100,000. You're right on that. Edge of Venomverse number 1 came in at rank 7 and did 98,000 copies, just right under 100,000. Here's where you were wrong. Number 6, Batman 25, 102,798, back above 100,000 after a slight dip below into the 90s. Dark Knight Master Race number 9 finishes up at 103,000, which you called because you said the previous issue was at 107, and you doubted it was going to drop that far. Yeah. So you did hit that, and that's at rank 5. So that makes Batman 24 come in at 116, a very healthy number, and that, of course, is the proposal issue. Solid sales, and will as second, third, and fourth printings of that will only drive that number up if they count it that way, which they probably won't.
Yeah, it's good to see because, of course, Batman 24 proposal, Batman 25 is the beginning of the War of Jokes and Riddles storyline. Yeah. So I'm hoping people jumped on for that and are going to continue that ride and keep the Batman numbers good.
Well, yeah, I really enjoyed that issue 25. I'm curious if we're going to have natural attrition now for 26 and 27, and it's going to dip right back down.
Yeah,
I'll be surprised to see, but I'm glad it at least went back up based on storytelling.
Yeah.
Not really no cover gimmicks, just based on storytelling. The plot was interesting. People were intrigued. People sought it out and paid and ordered it, which is cool. At rank 3 is Star Wars Darth Vader at 118,000. That surprises me. It really does. It's a $5 book. It's not as good as a creator as was on it before, in my opinion. And for it to just get the arbitrary number 1 bump, it just makes me sad. Because I think
it's a good story. It's happening in a good area of the universe. So,
but what was wrong with the 29th issue of the last Star, whatever it ended on? What did it end on? 30?
Yeah, it was in an area where we knew nothing was going to happen. It was crossover, cross back, cross out. When it hit, when they did the Vader down, the series just started nosediving, and it never came back up.
Yeah, that was problematic. You're right. Rank 2, Dark Days: The Forge, 130,000 copies of that sold.
Very good. I like that.
That's pretty good. Normally that would be pretty good, but then we have the number 1 book. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, number 1, selling 225,000 copies.
Jeez.
I did not see that coming.
I thought maybe 150, 175 if we're giving it, but dang.
So people aren't really hating on Zdarsky. People like him, obviously.
Yeah.
And
that or they're just sitting in shops. Who knows?
I don't know, man. I think people.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. That's a big number, and I don't. Maybe there were 50,000 covers and I just didn't notice them, but I didn't think there were that many.
There were definitely a lot of covers. There was the typicals and the different shop variants. Let's you vamp and I'll tell you how many covers we got.
You can just look that up.
Yes, I can.
Well, we've got some more Star Wars that. Not besides the Darth Vader that's right outside the top 10. We've got Star Wars 32 doing 70,000, and then the second issue of Star Wars Darth Vader dropping from 118 all the way down to 66,000 copies. So, not quite as good, and right back down where it was before. So, I guess that kind of shows. The number 1 is really an artificial number. Like we kind of knew.
We got 22 covers for the first issue of the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, all right.
We got KRS variants,
Yeah.
Fried Pie. We've got eBay variants.
Yeah. eBay's got variants.
Stan Lee box variants. Marvel Collector Core variants. So these are also stuffed in boxes, which I don't know how many Marvel Collector Cores.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that spikes the number or not.
Well, it's obviously not Loot Crate because that'd be 500,000 then.
Yeah. We got J. Scott Campbell boxes. Yeah. And then we've got our incentives and all the other typical Marvel stuff.
Okay. All right. What's your guess on issue 2?
Half is going to drop off, maybe more.
That's still 110.
Yeah, we're looking. I'm going to say it just barely stays over 100,000.
Okay. What about 3 then? Where's its sweet spot? Where is it going to mellow out at?
I mean, it's going to be down exactly where the next Amazing Spider-Man, comes in at rank 15 at 60,000. I think it'll stick a little higher than that.
So you think
I think it'll stick around 70 or 80.
So the historically, Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man is the lesser of the two titles.
Correct.
It has always been the secondary title. You are surmising that that is going to level out above Amazing.
Yes. I think it will level out above Amazing because I don't know anybody who's a big fan of poor man's Tony Stark, Peter Parker.
It's true. Not a lot of folks excited about that.
Yeah.
Any other big two stuff that jumps out at you that you want to mention?
Darth Vader's second issue drops down to 66,000 already. So it's,
I mentioned that while I was vamping with that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Drop down. Yeah. Detective. Flash.
And let's get into the small publishers that I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Baby Teeth, #1 from Aftershock. 26,000. Pretty good.
There you go. Yeah.
Jimmy's Bastards from Aftershock. 11,000. #1. That's pretty good.
That's a very good print run.
Those are good print runs. I'm interested to see just exactly if there is some heat that's maintained on there, because we're seeing Pestilence #2 down to 7. With just its second issue, it's losing some interest. Eleanor and Egret should be so much higher than that, but its issue 3 is all the way down to 4,000. At that rate, is there going to be enough interest in back issues to drive up the price of that first issue at all? I don't know. Maybe not.
I just noticed something very, very icky with Comicron.
Yeah.
You can sort these by how much money it made, dollar value. You can reorder them. That makes me... I don't like that.
Oh, yeah, based on...
they've given them a number based on price.
Price times units.
Yeah. That's not what it's about. Get those off there.
Yeah, so, ugh. I mean, that... It doesn't really come into play. There's no real outline until you get to, like, that Weapons of Mutant Destruction.
Yeah.
Which is really the 13th biggest moneymaker.
Mm-hmm.
But the 25th bestseller. So that's kind of like the first big outlier, and it pushes Walking Dead out of the top 10 because of the $2.99
exactly.
book.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was looking at.
Yeah, that is a bummer. Some other Aftershock titles. Normals did $27.85 for its second issue. World Reader #3 did $28.64.
For Marvel, Iceman #1 coming in at 34,000. If you're seeing that losing 50% on its issue 2, it's already down to 17.
It's dead on arrival. That's what that is.
DOA.
Yeah. We're looking at the Alterna Comics, which I was really excited about. They're going to return to newsprint. They're going to make affordable comics to put in the hands of be gateway comics for folks. We've got a $1 comic in the chair that they put out, along with $1.50 comics, Mother Russia, Trespasser, and Scrimshaw. And we're looking at $3,200 for Mother Russia, $2,800 for Trespasser, $2,500 for Scrimshaw, and the $1 comic, which I thought would have been the one, for 3,000 copies. So each comic shop got one. Thanks, comic shops.
Well, we talked to our friends at Cowabunga who bought them, and they didn't sell.
I don't get it. And they're not that great. I'll give you that. But still, there's a lot of stuff that's not that great, and it sells.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this is true.
Archie, we're seeing that Marvel Comics that they're selling. They say they sold 7,000 to the direct market. I'd love to know how many they sold in the grocery stores.
Yeah.
How many of those have been flying off the point of purchase next to National Enquirer and Us Magazine and stuff.
Did you talk about Shirtless Bear Fighter?
I did not.
18,794, so a nice print run there.
Yeah, it got a lot of critical acclaim. People seem to love its weirdness and wackiness.
And very fun covers.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty dumb, but I've read dumber.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Man Thing, it's number 5 out of 5 issues, limped out with 13,647.
Which issue is that?
5 of the 5 issue series.
That's gone.
That was all.
It's gone. Yeah. Excellent.
Excellent.
It was terrible. The one
R.L. Stein can do no wrong. Don't you dare.
Yeah. We'll see. Isn't there a Goosebumps comic coming out?
I think so.
Yeah.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, 7,731.
What? I think Wolf buys 1,000 himself.
Yeah.
Man, that's that. Really? That's
Yeah.
that's not a reprint. That's its actual comic number.
Issue 20, 7731.
Ooh, that's dangerous. Unless it's selling gangbusters digitally, man, that's dangerous.
Clue number 1 from IDW, 7448.
Black Hammer, Dark Horse, down at 191, sold 11,000 copies. That's not. I think that's up a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Feels like it was in the single digits before.
Heathen number 4 from Creative Mind, just under 4,000.
Have they always been Creative Mind? I thought they were Vault. I thought Heathen was from Vault.
Yeah, I think so. It says Creative Mind here.
Oh, okay. Well, there's that collector's edition of Dark Knight, which sold another 15,000. Okay. So that would drive that even higher in its print run. If they counted them that way, which they don't.
Invincible, for it's going away. It's got everything going for it. They're talking about making a movie out of it. 11,856 for issue 137.
What is it?
Invincible.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought
Unbeatable Squirrel Girl at rank 199 with just over 10,000. It's released a character that it's going to play Squirrel Girl in whatever. I think it's an animated series or whatever.
Yeah. Nothing. Just not making a move. Injustice is the second volume of Injustice did the third and fourth issue have done 13.6 and 13.3. Selling pretty steady.
It's pretty steady, especially for digital first.
Yeah, after it's already made some serious coin in the digital first realm. And it's been a solid read. I really enjoyed it.
Tom Taylor, you do my heart strong.
And my poor Astro City at 45 dips below 10,000, 9,200.
But it's all okay because your mind management got optioned. Did you see that?
No.
Let me read you an article. I think I saw it at Comics Heating Up. Where was that? Matt Kent's mind management optioned for TV show. Mind Management by Matt Kent has been optioned for a TV show. At one point, it has been optioned for a movie deal. Ridley Scott was producing the 20th Century Fox movie, but that seems to have fallen through. Here's the lowdown on the Mind Management TV show.
I'll have to dust those off.
Yeah, Universal Cable Productions has optioned Mind Management and Flutter from Dark Horse Entertainment as part of an overall first look deal with the company.
Huh.
Yeah.
Universal, what are they called?
It is Universal Cable Productions. So Universal's TV arm.
Okay.
And do you have Mind Management number 1?
I think that was hot before I started reading. It was like $100 book back then. So
it's definitely not that now.
Yeah, it was a hot book for a while.
Gotcha. Yeah, because that was 2012. Gotcha. But there's some good news for you. Anything else from the top 300, or is that pretty much all we can suss out?
That's it.
All right, before we get into what's coming out in our next week from previewsworld.com, I'm just going to talk a little bit. I just finalized my July for September order. Now, in the coming months, we've promised that we're going to go through our preview solicit and kind of talk about what we're going to order ahead of time to help you guys out. We don't have time to do that, but I'm just going to talk a little bit about a couple of the things that I'm looking at and that I placed on my order July for September. By the time you listen to this, you'll have a couple days if you want to add these things through things like DCBS and everything. So they're options. From Marvel, we talked to Eric from Cowabunga. We were talking about Weapon X number 8 because we talked about this possibly being our first appearance of Weapon H, which is our Wolverine Hulk hybrid. So it just sounds like a nifty character that sounds just like what Marvel would love to smash in every book and mess with and do all kinds of crazy things with. So for a couple bucks, I'm going to take a flyer on seeing if I can pick up Weapon H's first appearance in Weapon X number 8.
Gotcha. Very nice.
As far as DC is concerned, of course, we talked a lot about Supergirl 13 and the B cover for the Art Germs. We did the 12s because we saw 12 and then we thought, oh, that looks great. Going to make sure we get those. I'm going to go ahead and get 13, knowing that it's Art Germ as well, and knowing that I want to get my hands on those.
Yeah. So. Gotcha. Very good. Very good.
Let's see here. Just all the other typical stuff that's just me as far
Did you pick up the Fujitsu number 1? Did you order that one?
What's that?
I think it's IDW, but it had a Greg Smallwood cover B.
I did see that. I looked at that quite a bit.
Yeah. And you were hot for the Gasolina.
Yeah, I thought it looked kind of neat.
And is that IDW as well?
No, that was that was IDW, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it looked kind of cool, so I thought, what the heck, I'll take a flyer on that one. It seemed like a neat new world that they were doing, so I pulled the trigger on a couple of IDW books, which is very, very not necessarily something I did. I did Gasolina, and then just for fun, I did Wormwood Goes to Washington, because I wanted to have a Ben Templesmith book, because I keep walking past him at C2E2 and thinking, man, I really like him, but I didn't bring any of my my Ben Templesmith books. I thought, I'm going to get it. There was a really cool cover B.
Why didn't you get the sketch cover then? The blank cover.
I really like the cover B with the tattered American flag in the background. I thought it would be a cool one to get a signature on, so that was cool.
Yeah, nice.
The other flyer I took on Image is Rat Queen's Orc Dave number 1. It is a Fiona Staples cover.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I pulled the trigger on that because you and I just like to go out and collect those occasionally.
And in that spirit, there's a book called Lark's Killer. And the second issue features a cover A by Jenny Frison. So that's really,
there you go.
That's really pretty.
Very nice.
So I grabbed that one just for her.
You and I aren't real big on hardcovers, but we talked about Walking Dead. Here's Negan Advanced Solicit.
Had to get that. Had to get that
for $20 to get that all in one. It's a good deal. I mean, I couldn't pass that up.
Yeah.
So
I did grab the new Miller World Annual. Ordered that.
Okay. I'm still sitting on a lot of Miller World I grabbed before, so
I got the annual last year and it didn't do anything, but it had a couple of creators that were kind of interesting. So, for the price, I was like, I got to give it another shot.
There you go. Our other Walking Dead flyers, of course, we talked about some of our fans talking about Walking Dead 171 possibly being our first appearance of the Princess.
Yeah, big time we went on that one.
Yeah, normally I get 3 copies. I think I doubled that to 6 or 5,
yeah.
Something like that on that one. So for a $2.99 book that you're getting an advanced solicit discount on, it's worth taking extra flyers on those because when Ezekiel hit the cover, boom, that one went up. Even things like Alpha and Beta, boom, those went up. Deaths go up, so you almost can't go wrong in that kind of thing. And I also continued going heavy on Redlands. Redlands number 2, of course, our friend Jordy Belair, and doing her own writing on a book. I'm going to continue to throw my support through that because she's just really cool.
Yeah, I hope it's good. I hope it's good. If you remember the success of Dollface over at Action Lab, I'm hoping lightning will strike twice with Misbegotten Runaway Nun. Number 1.
I literally had that on at one point. It's just there were so many buzzwords in the solicit that by the time I was to the end of it, I felt bad if I would have ordered it.
Yeah, it's cheesecake, but so was Dollface, and it had heat early, so I'm giving that one a shot. Misbegotten Runaway Nun.
Runaway Nun.
Yep.
Yeah, when you got to the end of it, it was just like the monk must confront the truth of his own very immaculate birth. Clones of Marilyn Monroe, Hitler, Gandhi, and Jesus. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to explain it to people who find this in my box and be like, what?
Now, Realm, we were both pretty high on.
Yeah.
It's Jeremy Hahn.
Yeah, Jeremy Hahn's doing art on that one. So.
And then I went a little heavier on the cover B because it was Tony Moore cover.
Tony Moore, and I stuck with my cover A's that I seem to like so much.
Which I don't learn my lesson. I continue to explore the cover B, C's, D's realms, and it never pays off.
Yeah. Of course, doubling up on Saga, that's just kind of what we do. And I grabbed The Evil Within, which is a comic book adaptation from Titan, kind of a back half thing. I really thought that was a really good game, and they're working on a second one of that one. That is from your Resident Evil creator, Mizusaka. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I'm screwing up Japanese names. There's a really cool cover B video game cover that we haven't seen the cover, so this is literally a stab in the dark. But I'm a big Resident Evil guy. I'm a big fan of him. I really like Evil Within, and it's a 2-issue mini, so it's not that much commitment from me. So it was easy to grab the first one, get the second one, and then I'll be able to flip a 2-issue series for any video game people that miss this one, or being Titan a short issue.
Yeah.
Because at the very least, Dark Souls sold through and was able to make money off that one, and there was couple more of those that sold through.
Very nice.
So that one was a pretty easy trigger on me.
Now, what about the two Sheenas? There was two Sheena. There was a bunch of covers of Sheena number one, but two of them had J. Scott Campbell covers.
Yeah, you're just straight up order cover A is J. Scott Campbell. So I mean,
I thought cover D was as well. No,
I mean there's a bunch of advanced lists. I mean you can pay up to $300 for weird versions of that cover A.
Oh, okay.
So I just went two of the straight A's. Just because when you're getting J. Scott Campbell beautiful cover art on that kind of thing for next to nothing, it's easy to do. Plus, I went heavy on the Zero cover because they were a quarter, and DCBS was giving a discount, so I literally got them for 12 cents. And then I paid 12 cents to bag and board them, so it was weird paying the same amount to bag and board them.
Was that last cycle?
That was on last cycle,
okay.
So I'll be able to bundle two of those with this if I want to jettison them off.
Very nice. You are all in on the Star Wars adventures.
This is for either me or my children. Star Wars Adventures IDW is taking it off. It looks like it's going to be the Adventures of Rey. I remember enjoying Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures when I was younger. I figure this is kind of the same thing, so I'm going to go ahead and go in for at least half a dozen of these. Hoping that IDW and hanging out with Rey, it's definitely all agey, but it's Star Wars, so heck yeah, it's IDW's first swing since the Marvel acquisition. So yeah, I'm gonna commit for a bit on there. And sometimes you see neat things happen in the Adventure series that nobody sees coming, and you're just like, ha.
Yeah.
So it's a nice flyer, and if it's nothing spec worthy, then I'll have these for the kids.
Yeah, there you go. Just let them tear them up. You're gonna be surprised at this because after I read Edge of Venomverse number 2. Where you had promised me a new character would be appearing.
I legitimately said this is classic Marvel, and they're gonna do just what they did with Edge of Spider-Verse.
And they did nothing. It was horrible. Edge of Venomverse was awful. But then I went ahead.
It's not over yet.
Well, the second one,
okay,
where I wanted all the good stuff in it. So I came back and I went ahead all in. Ordered all the Venomverse 1, 2, 3, and 4 that were in the previews.
Oh my goodness!
And so I guess I'll get 5 next issue.
Yeah.
So that's not like me.
No.
Don't usually do that.
A, Marvel's not like you. B, Venom's not like you. C, Commitment's not like you.
But I thought it'd be a nice little 5-issue run of Venom. I could package it, throw it up. I think I'm going to do that.
There you go.
Probably won't even read it. Now, what's this World of Animosity? Is it like just a cover book?
It's yet another Animosity. Let's see.
It'd be the third one.
Yeah. I can't remember one piece of it, so I just wanted to look something up. Let's see. World of Animosity. It's just a one-shot that brings readers... Yeah, it's kind of a catch-up.
Yeah.
It's a road so far, essentially.
Okay.
A journey through an apocalypse like no one ever imagined. This singular one-shot brings readers and fans alike an exclusive look at the characters, creatures, maps, mysteries, enemies, histories, and roads so far as the world we're in. So I think it's kind of a behind-the-scenes. It might give you some maps and some architecture and some cool stuff. It's only $4, so give it a shot.
So we that's our pre-orders for this cycle. You still have time with your LCS. I think by Monday, you should be able to still get that in, maybe, and then by the middle, or maybe it's already passed. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then if you're through an online retailer like DCBS, you have until maybe the 26th. That sound right?
Yeah.
Sound right?
Yeah. And neither of us pulled the trigger on your boy. Did you pull on your Spurrier guy's image book?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you pulled the trigger on him,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
did either of us do the Kingsman?
No, not the Kingsman, because that's another
It's an existing
volume.
title.
Yeah, I kind of shy away from that. There was
Just
one
checking.
that I wasn't tempted
because the movie's so big. If they were going to do that,
Yeah, there was another one that went back to the well that I was really tempted to do, and it's escaped me. I ended up passing. Oh, it was Slam.
oh okay,
So Slam went back and renumbered a number 1, and it was like Slam Jam or something like that. It's the next volume, and they're just starting over with a number 1. I was really tempted to go in heavy on that because I really enjoyed that last volume. But then, I talked myself out of it because the second volumes never live up to the first volume.
Gotcha. And then did you jump on a Dark Arc from Aftershock? Cullen Bunn's new one?
No, I didn't like that. I was thinking about the Phil Hester cover B, but none of it looked. It didn't look up my speed.
I like Cullen Bunn well enough that he's a pretty easy flyer on things. He's hitting about half and half.
Yeah.
So I figure I'm trying to throw as much support on Aftershock as I can. So I was just curious.
Yeah, there were a couple vaults that I did Deuce of Hearts from Vault, and there was another vault, like 5 or 6 number 1s from Vault, and I picked 2 of them. So did you do any of the Halloween Comic Fests number 1 reprints, Runaways or Baby Teeth or anything?
I did not, and I almost pulled the trigger on the new Runaways series, but I just, looking at the cover, it looked like it was becoming too hipster for me. I'm a big Runaways guy, and this is the original Runaways cast, but couldn't do it.
Well, who's Rainbow, the author? Rainbow something.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what that was the other thing that made me run off.
Like, who is this person? I've never even heard of them. And
Rainbow Roel.
Yeah, or what they've
Chris
done.
Anka on art.
So if they have a track record, I don't know what it is, and so it scared me too. So yeah,
I will probably be angrily trying to get the Scotty Young variant because that's the kind of thing I like, and then I see there's something called a Venomized Pride variant, so I don't know what that's going to end up being.
Yeah,
Who knows? But yeah, I'm a Runaways guy that just could not do Rainbow Row and Runaways number 1.
How about all the medals?
Yep, one of everything.
What you excited about that?
Yeah, I think they're really cool stylized covers. They're of course corresponding with Justice League characters. I haven't been as bored as you have with these things. So.
Well, I wasn't bored with Forge. I was
Okay.
just bored with casting, and it still had some fun stuff with Joker and Green Arrow and stuff. But I'm just torn on Scott Snyder. Sometimes he's good. Sometimes he just seems like he just likes to hear himself right.
When he's good, he's great, and he does some long form stuff. So if you're gonna do it, stick around.
Yeah. And maybe I'll eventually read After Death and just love it. I just can't get into it. And I'm still waiting for Wake number 2. When's that coming out?
Yeah, no doubt. And go back to Witches.
Yeah, you loved Witches a lot more than I did.
Still do. Great book.
Yeah.
And just tertiary stuff. Captain Phasma seems interesting. I'm still heavy on Nightwing, but that's just kind of the guy I am.
Yeah, there's a
Walking
wait a
Dead's
minute.
just
What's
fine.
that new Nightwing?
It's New Order. So we got a blue suit, all kinds of fun stuff. So I get extra Nightwings. I'm getting 3 total Nightwing books a month. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Are you reading them?
Eh.
But I got them.
They're here in my odd little hands.
That'll work.
All right. Anything else, Drew?
No, let's get that sneak peek out of the way before
I know.
it's like
I
an hour and a
apologize.
half.
I know. That's my fault. We promised the people, and I felt bad that we weren't going to get to anything. So I wanted to at least toss a few of our thoughts in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Where was I lost Previews World. I've lost previewsworld.com.
Well, then I'll start where we always start. In Dark Horse. We've got Black Hammer number 11. Super psyched about with a Lemire cover as a variant B, independently orderable.
Hey,
it's a great series. Definitely check that out. Mass Effect tie-in. So for the 3rd issue of that, if you are so inclined, and we've got a Devil You Know number 1, which is a BPRD Mike Mignola verse deal. That's the first issue, but I'm not into that, so I'll probably steer clear of it. Nothing else in Dark Horse.
Yeah, I did not read the No Power in the Verse Serenity, and a nice little $20 hardcover came out. So
Yeah.
This may be my opportunity to snag up and check out what exactly that had to offer.
Yeah. And there is the 2nd issue of Bank Shot number 2, which is the Alex DeCampi book.
Oh yeah.
And so if you picked up that first one, I haven't got a chance to read that yet, so I don't know if it's any good.
Not quite yet getting the Drew stamp of approval.
Not quite yet.
All right, Drew, let's head on down to DC Comics.
Action Comics is bumming me out, man. I haven't really liked it at all for a while,
Yeah.
so it's kind of fallen off. Still loving Superman, but Action's getting ready to drop it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I really haven't enjoyed it.
Even with the Mikhail Yanin cover B?
Well, no, I mean, from a reading standpoint, I didn't like that whole storyline that's been going on with it's just with the battles. It hasn't been any fun for me.
Yeah. Nice little Joshua Middleton cover B on Batgirl. Pretty neat.
That's the beginning of a story arc, too. Good time to jump on if you want to.
Yep, absolutely. Bats and Cats, Part 1.
I'd forgot Blue Beetle was still a book.
He's a person in a thing.
How did that happen? I swear to God, I thought that thing was canceled.
Tyler Kirkman on the cover B. Hey there. That's one to snag up.
And why do I like him?
Tyler Kirkman. I don't know. People like him. It's a rad looking cover too.
Yeah.
I keep saying Kirkman is Kirkham.
I wondered.
You still doing Doom Patrol?
No, dumped it.
Gotcha.
The only thing I'm doing from Young Animal is the Shade, the Changing Girl.
Ah, no Cave Carson?
Nope. Those are some pretty covers on those variants, man. They're doing a really good job of giving DC's hats off to DC for independently orderable variant B covers that are really pretty and nice to look at.
That aren't garbage artists.
Yeah, they're really doing a good job with those.
Man, not a lot. We're going to arbitrarily check out our Wonder Woman Jenny Frison. Cover B. Not too shabby.
And then who is it's Marguerite Bennett and Dan Jurgens' turn with a cover by Bill Sienkiewicz on the Commandy Challenge number 7. So that's one that might be nice pickup. People love Bill Sienkiewicz. I'm one of them. And this Commandy thing has really been low print run, so you're looking at under 10,000, I think.
Yeah.
And so that'll be a rare book if people are looking for Bill Sienkiewicz, or as Kyle says, Sienkiewicz. Which is completely plausible that that's how you pronounce his last name. I don't know. I was pronouncing Stepan Sej's last name as Sejic for probably 5 years. before I heard him say something on a podcast. So I'm like, oh, oops.
Whoopsie. All right, anything else in DC?
I don't know. Nope, I think so. I think that's it.
All right, let's head on down to IDW. We just talked about ordering some things through there, but
not this week.
I don't see anything to pick up while I'm in a shop.
No, not a thing. Nary a one.
Swing and a miss. No My Little Pony movie prequels from me. All right, Image, save us now. Bloodstrike.
No.
#1 remastered.
No.
No Liefeld version.
I didn't like it in '93. I don't like it now. I'm sure of it. Cannibal's back though with issue number 7. That's good to see. I get a second. I'm going to give Crosswind number 2 another shot. It was a lukewarm first issue. I know I was talking to Eric over at Cowabunga about this. I think he's about on the same page. We're not quite sold. We're not. There's nothing wrong with it, but we're not quite hot on it yet either. So, Gail Simone, sometimes great, sometimes We'll see where this one goes.
There you go. Outcast number 29, Robert Kirkman with Paul Azaceta and Elizabeth Breitweiser. Still reading it. I think I'm 3 behind at the moment, so I got to play catch up.
Ooh, I'm current.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm better than you.
You are. Well,
in this one little area.
Yeah, I'll give you this one.
New story arc starts in Postal number 21.
Get it together, Postal. Let's do this.
And then it's been great. That's a great run, man. 21 issues. Mm-hmm. Image book. That's something to be celebrated, man.
Top Cow. It's good stuff.
Good stuff. It's their best book by far. Yeah. Top Cow, not Images.
Yeah. Saga 45. It's a cool looking cover. Buy it. Read Saga. No reason not to. Shirtless Bear Fighter 1, second print. Shirtless Bear Fighter 2, 3 prints of it.
Okay, I have the Shirtless Bear Fighter second print coming. Does that look familiar to be the same as the first print?
No, I don't believe so.
So that'll be a nice package. Then I can put those together. I'm excited about that.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's gonna be what, 5,000 copies of that sold, if that.
Not a ton. Yeah, no, exactly.
But I only got one cover A of issue 2.
There you go.
Yeah. Shudder. You used to read Shudder, didn't you?
No, I hated it after one issue.
Okay. Did you see the Solid State trade paperback? You know what that is?
What's that?
Okay. Our buddy Matt Fraction, right?
Okay.
And Jonathan Colton, the guy that sings Code Monkey, which inspired that Code Monkey comic that I really liked.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's those two together doing the writing. It's like a concept. It's his album. So you're taking Jonathan Colton's album, Matt Fraction's turning it into a comic script, and then Albert Montez is illustrating it. And it's a square bound 10x10 format. So it's like a concept album, concept graphic novel, but it's $20.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pitched as 2001 Space Odyssey meets Office Space.
2 guys connected by a name and 100 years somehow stand at the end of man's beginning and the beginning of man's end. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's an OGN. It's not just a collected trade paperback.
Huh. Very cool. Spawn number 276 has a really cool looking McFarlane cover B. People are gonna want that one.
Which one is it?
Spawn 276.
I gotcha.
Cover B.
You don't think they'll want the Images of Tomorrow? Which actually is probably the coolest one I've seen.
Well, it is McFarlane, so it's not as cool of a cover as B. But
that would have been the one to get. I'm kind of missed the boat on that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Doggone it.
Any interest in Under, Winter, or Wayward?
No, none.
Not on my radar either.
No.
What about Plastic? We went right past Plastic number 5 or number 4 of 5.
I have issues 1 through 3 in a stack and haven't read them. So bummer for me.
All right.
Packless I dropped. I dropped Packless.
Yeah.
It was an anthology type thing. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Anything else for us? Slightly under impressive image.
No, not really.
All right, let's see what Marvel has to give us. Save us, Marvel, save us.
Why did Renew Your Vows 8 go to a second printing?
Because it was Mary Jane and Venom.
Yeah.
It was the Venom.
I forgot, yeah.
Mary Jane Venom.
Don't care about Ben Reilly. Don't care about
Edge of
Black
Venom
Panther.
verse 3. There you go, brother.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Oh, come on.
Nope, it was awful. Issue 2 was awful.
Iceman number 3 should have a tiny print run. Same with Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur 21. Secret Empire number 7.
I'm calling it right now.
You heard it here first, folks.
I think if Moon Girl is really at 7,000 copies a month, that's not getting to 30, right? What was just solicited? What number was just solicited? 23.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head.
23 or 24. I'd be surprised if it gets by 25. It might get to 25, but I can't believe that they would continue to publish something sub 5,000. Did you?
No, I don't see how it's worth the effort.
Man, it'd be tough.
Weapon X number 6, WND, Weapons of Mutant Destruction, Part 5.
And we do have another Secret Empire, number 7. And this is 7 of what?
10.
7 of 10. And that includes the Omega, or then there's like an Omega?
Then there's an Omega. So this is just 10 legit, then Omega.
But it was originally 8 or originally 9, I think.
Originally 9.
And they added another. Oh, God, why do I fall for it every time? Sure, it's only an 8-issue miniseries. Oh, sure, it's only a 9.
Omega will be $14. Sure.
Oh, and you're going to do a 0-issue too? Oh, okay.
Yeah. They already did a 0 issue. We bought it.
Yeah.
Any Uncannies or X-Men Blues or Golds or anything?
You know, I kind of like Blue, but it's not great. But that's kind of the one
But it's got a Secret Empire tie-in.
I read it the most. Yeah, it's a cool cover.
It is a cool cover.
Art Adams. That's an Art Adams cover.
Anything? Oh wait, Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale series number 1. I'm just getting ready to play this. Haven't done it yet. An all-new prequel to the interactive episodic game Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale series. Okay.
So that's like the same people that do The Walking Dead that I like so much.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Walking Dead, and then I bought you Batman. You got to play that one too.
I've played that. I played some of it.
Have you?
I didn't beat it.
I
played about half of it.
Very good. I do like the way Telltales are very well written.
Yeah, they really are.
Yep. I'm not gonna grab this until I play the series and decide if I really need to.
Yeah. After the fact.
Yeah. Anything else in Marvel?
No.
All right, let's look at our back halves. Our smaller publishers, our IDW, or not our IDWs, but our booms are
Alterna, right off the top.
Oh,
right off the top.
There you go.
Adam Reck, the one I was just talking about that was selling dismally for $1.50. Should have just been $3. Could have made some more money.
Or Amazing Age number 2. Or...
Yeah.
There's my Betty Page Black Bag edition that I almost bought.
For $10?
That was it's the topless cover.
Oh.
It would have been my first time I've ever done one of those. I don't know why, but I thought Betty Page, that one might be something. But I ended up not doing it.
Was it really her?
Yeah, it's a photo.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't know if that's what Betty Page people would want or not. Black, number 6 of 6 from Black Mass Comics. The end of Black.
Okay, this is long overdue, right?
Yeah, I think so.
At least it has a January code. Okay. I think I checked out at 4.
I checked out at 3.
And so I missed 5 completely, and I don't think I feel the need to come back for a $6 number 6. Sorry, Black, you took too long. Colossi number 4. I already read this. Great, got an advance copy on this one. This is where the people are small. Great, I guess, is a long word, but the people are really small in a big world, Gulliver's Travels type of situation, and had some good stuff in the series, but this is the last one, and I wouldn't say it stuck the landing, but it had some good stuff in it. Leave it at that.
What do you know about Chapter House Comics?
They're Canadian. I steer clear of it.
Gotcha. We got Phantoma number 1, written by Ray Fawkes, with art by Sue Lee, and a Jibrilli Morissette cover.
Jibrilli
Morissette. The chapter verse continues, so this is... Never mind. This is something you're supposed to have already been reading.
Yeah. How about Phantoma number 1?
So
that's the one you're just talking about.
Yep.
Well, how did you pronounce it? It didn't sound like Phantoma.
I don't know. We've moved on.
Yes. Heavenly Blues? Did you do that one?
Nope.
Scout Comics. Writer Ben Klein. Art Bruno Hidalgo. People live, people die. The good are pleasantly escorted off to heaven, while the rest unceremoniously rots in hell. Heavenly Blues. I really like it. It looks good. It's got a really cool cover. I like the font a lot.
Not the first time you've said that on this podcast.
Like fonts bring me in sometimes. It's got that like 70s grindhouse movie poster font writing on it, so it's really kind of cool. I'm definitely checking this out. Heavenly Blues from Scout Comics number 1.
Can I interest you in Go Go Power Rangers number 1 from Boom?
No, pass.
Even if I told you it's written by Ryan Parrott.
Who?
I don't know. What if I told you it's a Dan Mora cover?
Ooh, nice.
That's the only reason I'd be interested.
That would
like Dan Mora art.
That would make me interested.
There you go. $4.
Not that interested. Got another Nancy Drew Hardy Boys. I've really been enjoying this series, but I'm old, so that might be why.
Did you finish which shark adventure did you finish? Did you finish Hookjaw by Cy Spurrier, your boy?
Yeah.
There's a trade available for $17 that encompasses all of Hookjaw.
Yeah. Cool.
Might be worth checking out. You think so or no?
I can't remember.
All right.
I can't remember. It's been a long
Apparently
time.
not. Did not leave much under.
Well, I think I'm still waiting for another issue of White.
Yeah.
Or maybe it is Hookjaw. I don't know. One of them, I think I've been waiting for an issue that hasn't come out yet.
There you go. Ooh, from Antarctic Press, Sidewinder number 1. By Eric Chacon and Fabian Falcone. I don't know what I think of this. I'm trying to figure out if it's even...
Antarctic Press, man. I never have any luck with that.
Yeah. Advances in genetic engineering or splicing have become widely available as mankind has spread across the stars, leading to a new race called the Chimerans.
Yeah.
Who represent their Terran... Alright, nope, I'm out.
Yeah. Also from Vault Comics is Zohaqan, Zojaqan. A very tough, impronounceable title, which is dumb. But anyway, it's written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing with art by Vittorio Astoni. Grieving mother Shannon Kind awakens on a primordial world, mysteriously wielding the power to shape its destiny, which should be the world's savior or its destroyer. Interesting premise, stupid name, but I think I've got some of these coming.
All right, Drew, I think that's it. You got to pick of the week, so I'm saying skip your LCS this week.
No, I was excited about the other Vault book, which I've now lost. What was it called? Help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. What was it called? Doggone it. I can't find it. I was really excited about it.
So excited, he can't remember.
It was... Doggone it. What the heck? Heavenly Blues? It was Heavenly Blues. Yeah. No, it was Scout Comics, not Vault. There we go.
Ah, there you go.
Heavenly Blues #1, Scout Comics. I'm excited. I think that sounds really, really fun. Small publisher, not going to sell 4,000 copies. Might be hot. And then what was that Sienkiewicz cover? Sienkiewicz cover of Commandy.
Commandy Challenge, yeah.
Yeah. That's a reach, but I'm gonna take that one too.
Yeah, gonna be a lot of reach in this one because like there's literally nothing that I'm just like gotta have it.
Why don't you push from the last pick when you said Edge of Venomverse #2 was gonna be the hot one? You could go with double down on Edge of Venomverse #3.
I will double down with insurance and say that is the book to have.
No, you're not. You're not leading our listeners astray like that twice.
Spawn 276 cover B. McFarlane is a beautiful cover. It's friggin' McFarlane.
Or C, the sketch version.
Or C, but I say B.
Okay.
And some of the Spawn covers have been doing fairly well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I know I have a couple sitting here, and I haven't even looked to see if they're hot. So I need to do that.
Yeah. All right, I want to thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. Thank you for following around with Drew and myself as we come through comics originally coming out July 26, 2017. The end of July. We'll be into friggin' August by the next time you hear from us. So we want to thank you. If you found better things than we did out of this week, let us know. Find us on Twitter at Comics Fun Profit or Facebook, or drop us a line on our Gmail account. All of these things can be found at comicsfunprofit.com. I want to thank you so much again. Thank Clint Strauss for our 51st iTunes review. We do appreciate that. And if any of y'all are listening on iTunes, feel free to drop us another 5-star review. Those continue to move us up the ranks and make us easily and more accessible to other people. We thank you so much. For Drew and for myself, see ya!